you might be kind of like me. When I first got married, I figured that I found the man of my dreams. He's going to make me happy. We're going to live happily ever after. We won't be like those other couples whose marriages kind of crumble and you hear them, grouching at each other and all that stuff. That won't happen to us because we just in love. Well, I've learned something. You have to be intentional. You have to be diligent in nurturing your marriage, or it will very slowly wither on the vine. You cannot ignore your husband, especially when your children come along and you're so busy focused on them. You cannot push your husband to the side, or your marriage will likely crumble. This might take years to happen, but you might find yourself acting more like roommates than those who actually love each other and want to be together. You know what I mean? So here's what I want to share with you. Be diligent. Come up with a plan on how you can work on nurturing your marriage. Proverbs 21:5 says, the plans of the diligent lead to profit. So how can you be an intentional wife who's really nurturing and sowing into her marriage? It doesn't have to be complicated. It doesn't have to be super time consuming, but how about carving out a date night and making it like super serious, like hardly anything interferes with your date night. And it doesn't have to be a costly thing. If you can't afford babysitting, you can just, you can have a date night in the living room. You can pitch a tent in the living room and get in some sleeping bags and just do something really goofy and fun after the kids are in bed. Date nights don't have to be expensive. It doesn't even mean necessarily that you have to leave your house, but carve out time to have fun, to laugh, to be adventurous with your husband. Flirt with your husband. That's a way that you can intentionally keep on sowing into your marriage, being playful and flirty like you probably did when you were dating. Another way you can sow into your marriage is when you notice the little seeds of resentment starting to grow in some area, that you address those situations head on. Maybe taking a little time out so that you can calm down before you address the issue with your husband, but do address those issues and work through them and talk about them so that you don't let resentment overwhelm you and slowly suck the life out of your marriage. Be intentional about building a robust sex life with your husband. This is a glue that holds a marriage together. If you have issues that are holding you back from really wanting to be a partner with your husband sexually, then do something about those things. Do you need to see a counselor? What do you need to do that could help you to, maybe it's just that you're too busy and overwhelmed. Well, sit down with your husband and see if he can come up with some ideas along with you, maybe doing some brainstorming on how you can free up your schedule so you're not so exhausted every night. See what I mean? It's being intentional. This is the way to cause your marriage to last, but not just to last, to thrive.